Hello.
Howdy, howdy. Welcome back to the Young Professional Podcast. I'm your host, Reverend Dr. Michael Carmichael, and this is my counterpart, my understudy, my Padawan learner, if you will, Miss Julianne Raymond Flinchon.
Am I your Padawan because I'm younger than you?
Yes, you are my Padawan because you are younger, and I have so much wisdom I want to bestow upon you this fine day. Here. Yeah.
You know, I mean, us yesterday got stuck in that voice, just so y'all know.
I've been stuck in it all week.
And it's because of the Righteous Gemstones.
The Righteous Gemstones. Finished it 2 nights ago, and I just can't stop talking like Baby Billy.
Baby Billy.
Baby Billy here.
Baby Billy Bible.
No, come on now. Here.
Come on now.
Come on now. Here we have a podcast we want to do.
Podcast
got a podcast. We got all sorts of fun we're going to have today. Like, let me just have this.
Yeah. Now, come on now.
Now, come on now. Come on now. So
it's just fun to talk like him.
It sure is. It sure is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, you could do it in everyday situations. Hi, how you doing? I'm a young professional. You a young professional? Oh, you haven't heard about the young professionals? Well, sweet
well,
golly
come
gee.
on over.
Come on over.
Come on over.
Yeah. We had a great mixer.
Yeah, we sure did.
At Swamp Axe.
So, okay, I'm going to stop.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I'm not as good at that.
We just lost all of our 6 listeners.
I'm not as good at that as I am being like a Southern belle.
Oh, yeah.
I got my mint julep, and I'm sitting on my front porch.
Yeah.
And just rocking and sipping, and, you know.
Well, there's just so many different regional dialects we can do with the Southern. I mean, you got this whole thing, you know
with
the
the
old
whistling.
prospector.
Yeah. Oh, prospector.
And then you just got, like, the Florida thing.
Yeah.
Like Florida originals.
So I didn't figure out until, and I think maybe I told you this. So because I've been doing like the shoots with like CBS4 for the past like 9 years. Yeah, no biggie. I'm on TV. Well, now I only do it twice a year, and it's for Christmas time. So, you know, all the people that watch TV out there, none are young professionals, so you've probably never seen it. But anyway, cable television. That's what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
So anyway, basically, we were doing a shoot, and I was like doing like a voiceover, and I had a script, and the production manager kept being like, "Okay, we need to do that one again." And I'm like,
Yeah, I'm reading the script.
Yeah.
Man.
Let's do it one more time. And then finally I'm like, why? And he's like, because instead of saying during, or you say during.
During.
Like, so while they're doing, like, and I was like, really? I didn't realize that. And then it's there. Instead of saying there, I say there.
There. What are you doing there?
Yeah. Like,
What are you doing there?
Their store is this. This is
Up
where.
on the roof there?
Yeah, like, but it's funny because we always joke around about how like Florida isn't the South.
It kind of,
even though
if you
it's
meet
the southernest point,
right?
But yeah, I think I sometimes realize that like I do have a little bit of Southern,
little bit of Southern.
Yeah,
my accent is all over the place. I was born in New England. I lived in Florida. And I lived in Chicago, so now I have this huge hybrid. Like, I'll find certain words where I'll have a little bit of a Chicago thing come out.
Yeah.
And then other times, I'll have a little bit of the New England. And then other times, I'll be like, yeah, having a rockin' day.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because whenever we film the podcast, when I get back from going to Tennessee, so I'm going to Tennessee in the beginning of August, the first week of August.
Costa Rica next month. Tennessee the
Costa
month
Rica
after that.
This week. Like, I leave, drink G&V, and go to Jacksonville so that I can fly out the next morning for Costa Rica.
Dang.
Thanks, Dad, for footing that bill.
World traveler.
Daddy-daughter trip.
That's honestly very cute.
It's so
Yeah.
cool. I'm so excited. But I'm not going to come back with, like, a, Spanish/Latin accent, because that's not.
Why not?
That's not my native language, and I feel like it would be incredibly racist if I did do that. Culture appropriation at its finest.
But anybody here in these here Americans, we can make love.
Exactly.
I feel offended.
Oh.
But But when I come back from Tennessee, which I'm going to the first week of August, I'm going to come back with a twang. More of a twang.
Them mountains sure are nice there in Tennessee.
Well, because my family's, some of them are in Knoxville and some of them are in Claxton.
Knoxville.
And that's
Claxton.
That's where it starts. Is that most people would say Knoxville, and it's Knoxville.
Right,
yeah.
like Louisville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I start being around my aunt and my uncle, and my aunt's got
she's got this thing going
she's got
on.
a real hard Southern accent, and she says hellfire.
Hellfire.
Yeah, when she thinks something is like crazy, it's not like oh. Bleep. It's like, well, hellfire. Well, hellfire.
And the other town is Claxton.
Claxton.
What a great...
Which most people don't know Claxton.
I
So my
from
family
Claxton.
always says Knoxville. But it's technically Claxton.
Nice.
Yeah. Claxton and Powell.
What a great name.
Yeah.
I'm from
Anyway.
Exeter, New Hampshire.
Exeter.
Yes, Exeter. Exeter, New Hampshire.
Interesting. All right.
Sure.
Let's get into so
we're just blabbing about BS.
So, yes, let's talk about our last event because I thought it was
Swamp
rather wonderful.
I am so sad I had to leave that early.
Yeah. I honestly, we go there, I tried to make sure that people knew you could go to throw axes if you wanted to. But really it was like primary purpose hang out.
Just hang out, dog.
And I think everyone had a great time doing both or either or definitely playing the game with the name tags on the back, I think worked pretty well.
That was good. I talked to a lot of people I've never met before, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
That was a great event.
It was so much fun and
a lot of newbies.
A lot of good feelies and everyone
Swamp
seemed
Axe has such a cool vibe.
They really do.
And they got rid of the middle axe throwing section, so it's kind of open in the middle now.
It's
and they
way more
have
open,
cornhole and a couple other fun games there.
Yeah.
They expanded
were
the
so
bar.
nice to give us the space for the event. We didn't even ask for a private event, and they did that for us.
Dylan and Chrissy are awesome.
They are.
Yeah.
They're so sweet. And the space is so cool.
Awesome.
It's nice to have something like that in town. And they teach you how to do the axe throwing.
They give you...
Which is helpful.
Yeah.
They
come up to you and they say, you're going to stand right here, and you're going to hold the axe right here in both hands. And then you're going to put one foot forward, and you're going to take your axe, and you're going to put it behind your head. And then you're going to throw it when you do step forward. That is not at all how Dylan Teets talks, but...
It is not.
For the intents and purposes of the GWE.
But I just like that they're called experts.
Experts.
The expert will come over and help you. But no, and the fact that Dylan is Dylan...
He's like a world-class champion.
He wins stuff with knife throwing and axe throwing, which is hella cool.
Yeah.
So he really is an expert.
Oh.
Anyway, but I thought it was cool. There was a lot of new people, and I think it just goes to show when we talk about when you're a new person at the event, you're not going to be standing by yourself over in the corner. You'll get approached by numerous
Very
people.
Welcoming.
Yeah. Because
people get excited when a new person comes in. It's oh my gosh, a new person. Hi.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
And then we can introduce you to other people, and that's fun.
All about making connections with the community.
Well, I think I told you I got an email from someone afterwards. Well, actually, I got several emails from people after this one being that was such an amazing event. And
That's
I was
great.
Oh, okay. But one in particular I really loved was a guy being I'm so glad that I finally came out to an event.
Aww.
You guys gave me the reassurance I needed that I could actually make connections in Alachua County.
That's great.
And I was that's what we want. That's what we want.
Yeah. That's the whole point.
So I liked hearing that.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I was I'm so sad I had to leave. I was only there, I think, for the first hour, maybe.
Yeah, and you broke that chair.
I had to leave because I'm rehearsing for a show that opens next week at the
Just talk over the
Acrosstown
fact that
Repertory
you broke a
Theater.
chair. He broke a chair.
I was going to bring it up when we were talking about Dylan being a professional, and I'm I didn't want him mad at me, but he already is a little mad at me because I did break a chair.
He did.
All I did was sit on it.
Not even sit on it. He
I
sat on the top of it. He was leaning on it, and suddenly he's on the floor.
Yeah.
And
anyway,
I laughed hysterically.
The show I'm in opens next week. at the Acrosstown Repertory Theater. It's called Little Shop of Horrors. Maybe you've heard of it.
Little shop.
A plant comes alive and begins to eat people. It's going to be a lot of fun. They have like decorated the set. Like the entire theater is like the street in downtown Skid Row. It's awesome.
That's
it's
cool.
awesome. We have a gigantic plant
cool.
puppet. It's going to be cool.
I love
that's
that
why I
show.
couldn't say
It's a
it
good
at
show.
event. Yeah.
It's a good sign. But also, Acrosstown Repertory Theater is a cool,
Dude, the art, man.
like the black box theater vibe is always so cool because it's like,
You're
it feels
right there.
all, yeah, it feels
Yeah.
all included. Like it feels like you're included.
It's very intimate. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, by the way, so if you want to go to the show, they sell out like every single time, and I screw up and don't
Yeah.
get it early enough.
So
don't be me.
I think there's
Get your
only
ticky.
tickets available for 7 more performances. Yeah, we've sold out of half the run.
Dang.
First, I
Okay.
think the second weekend too is sold out. I don't know. Go to acrosstown.org/tickets and see what's good for you.
Yeah, I got to do that. I got to jump on
you
that.
should do that. Do that after the podcast.
Yeah. Shit. Okay.
Well, because you're not
darn.
gonna have, you ain't gonna have time tomorrow because
It's Drink G&V.
Drink
Let's
G&V.
get on the bus.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, so if you haven't heard, we're doing a brewery bus tour tomorrow.
Brewery bus tour.
There are still like 10 tickets left, which
Thereabouts.
honestly, it's like between tonight and tomorrow morning, they're just going to fly
gonna
off the
fill up.
shelves
It's
because
gonna
that's
fill
what
up.
happens. The
So
last
if you're
minute
interested,
people.
try to get your ticket right now. If you're listening to this right now,
Yes.
pause the
Pause.
podcast.
Pause.
Go to
Or
chamber.
minimize it and you can just continue listening to us.
Oh my God! Just open up another tab. Yeah. Go to GainesvilleChamber.com. Yeah.
And click on events.
It'll
And then
be-
click on
it'll be
the
the
brewery
first
bus
event you
tour.
see.
It
Yes,
sure
register
will.
now.
5 breweries.
5
local
local
food
restaurants.
stops. We got Jermaine's, Muñecas, David's Barbecue,
Humblewood.
Humblewood Fire Pizza, and we end with custard from Sweet Berries.
So excited.
It's-
So excited.
And you have so many different options. Like if you don't drink, you can just come for food.
Just come for the food. Get a kombucha.
Yeah. But if you do drink, well, that wasn't a joke, Elio. If you do drink, you don't have to drink beer. Like
Right.
every location has like a cider option for you, and even some of
Cider,
them have a wine option.
seltzer, wine. Yeah.
Yeah.
A few of the breweries have wine.
Yeah. So you don't have to drink beer to come on the bus.
Yeah.
But you should come on the bus.
You should come on the bus. Have fun. It's
Yeah.
it's chill, man.
Also, I did create a promo code, and it was featured in the reel. So if you watched our reel, you saw
There's
it.
a promo code.
I'll let you have it now too, because if you're actually listening to the podcast, cool.
And we have a QR code for $2 off an Uber ride home. So
We
if
sure
you're
do.
worried about that whole part of the whole situation, it don't gotta be a situation. Thanks to our friends at Uber, sponsor us.
They don't. We pay for that, but but
Elio, I'm gonna need you to
edit that out. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a good idea. Uber there, and then also we give you $2 off when you Uber home.
yeah. And
but-
if you live near me, I'll take you home. I
There
don't
you go,
drink,
because
yeah.
he doesn't drink. Yeah.
If you live on the west side of Gainesville,
And I will say this: we actually have quite a few people that bought the food and fun ticket, so you won't be the only one
yeah.
not drinking.
Oh yeah, I would say there's probably 25 people who got that. Like quite a bit.
My husband included. Yeah. He was like, I'm just going to do the food. All right. You're going
Cool.
to drive me home.
Yeah. I mean, we don't want there to be an emergency and you needing like CPR or something afterwards. Did you like that segue?
That was a good segue. But if I do, thank God, Lizzy and Julian will be on the bus.
Lizzy is a representative on the podcast today.
Yeah,
from
she's our
Gator
guest.
CPR.
Yeah, we're really lucky to be joined by Lizzy today. And that being said,
I'll see myself out. I gotta go get me an ice cold beverage
Go on,
to cool
go on.
down while y'all's talk. All right, now have
get
fun
off
now.
the.
Okay, sorry.
Go on, get.
Yeah.
Welcome to Tu Fiesta Radio 95.7, your Latino radio station in Gator Nation.
24/7, bringing you the latest news and the best entertainment from Alachua County.
Don't miss El Show de la Mañana. Monday to Friday from 6 to 10 a.m.
We are the house of Latinos. We are a movement. We are Tu Fiesta Radio.
95.7 Tu Fiesta Radio.
Welcome to...
I'm sorry. Justin.
Edit.
No, I'll explain because otherwise that's really weird that they come back and I'm just laughing. So Lizzy came and sat down and she was like, "How do I adjust the headphones?" And I said, "Oh yeah, because Justin has such a big head." And then he said, "Not just realistically, also figuratively." And for whatever reason, I took that as a dirty joke and I started laughing hysterically. And then I laughed more because why would my brain go there?
Anyway, Lizzy!
Anyway, Lizzie's here. Oh, you know what's great about these is that they aren't edited, so that's just going right out there.
That's exciting.
We're posting this sucker in there.
Just as it is.
You're welcome.
Just raw dogging it. Maybe edit a little bit.
You know what's funny though? Actually, we're gonna introduce you, but just for a second, you saying that term. One time we had an employee, Stacy Bertrand, that used to work with us at the chamber. And at the time, like, I don't know how old she is now, to be honest, but at the time she was only in like her early to mid 30s.
Okay.
So there was not a reason, age-wise, for her to not know what this term meant. It was just like, she didn't know. So me and two of our coworkers were hanging out and like chit-chatting, like laughing and having a great time. And she came and walked by and was like, "Oh, is this the raw dog corner?" And we were like, "What?" And she goes, "What? Like, you over here raw dogging?" And we were like, "What are you doing? Why do you think that it has something to do with hanging out?" And then we had to explain to her what that term means. And then that was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry."
My aunt had a similar thing. She, but I don't remember what song it was, but I was like, "Oh, skeet, skeet." That song. She didn't know what that meant. So she was going around her office for like months, just going like, "Oh, skeet, skeet," just like as a fun little thing, and nobody told her.
Oh
and she
my
was
God.
like, she was in her 40s at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was mortified on her behalf.
Yeah, I would be too. Like, I would, yeah. Joe Johnson at the chamber does it a lot.
Really?
Yeah, a lot.
And I'm getting to the age now because we have a lot of young employees. We have a lot of students who are part-time at our office.
Yeah.
And, like, it's getting to the point for me where I'm like, I don't really know what they're saying all the time. And so I just kind of keep my mouth shut. I'm like, I'm not going to repeat that one because I don't know the context. And,
Right.
not
I don't know what that means.
I don't want that on my browser history either. So I'm just gonna-
That's my nephew's. Like, because
Yeah.
one of my nephews is about to hit middle school, and he'll say some stuff, and I'm like, I really don't know what you're saying to me. And then it's like he doesn't want to tell me because it's funnier for me to not know.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
It makes me feel so old.
Yeah, my kids are too young to have any cool slang yet. They haven't brought into the house any like outside verbiage.
Yeah.
But when they do get a little bit older, I'm gonna rely on them a lot to be like, "Can you just tell me what this means?" So I don't go around saying, "Oh, skeet skeet" in my office.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be your aunt.
Right.
I understand. Or be Stacy. Or be Joe. I forget what Joe said. Justin, do you remember what Joe said the other day?
I've been racking my brain. And it was so dirty.
Joe said something the other day that was so dirty. And we were like, "Joe." And he, what? We were like,
poor
"Oh,
Joe.
God, no." God, I wish I could remember what it was. But he does like to use the term like, "Oh, she was giving it to me really hard." And I'm like, you can't say that.
You know what?
Like-
Take tonight to think about it, and then tomorrow and the drink G&V, after maybe a drink or two, maybe we'll come to you. And
Yeah.
we'll have a great laugh about it.
Yeah. Honestly, if I asked Joe, I bet he would remember. Because I probably what's the word? Cursed? No, not cursed him. What's the word?
Jinxed him?
No, like I scared him. Shoot. Whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what word I'm looking for. But anyway, I probably, it's burnt in his memory now because I think scarred him.
Scarred him.
That's what I was looking for.
Okay.
I think I scarred him because Yeah. I honestly, I just remember how I felt, and it was like laughing hysterically because, wow, I can't believe you said that, and you don't know what that means. And then it turned to like, should I be telling him what that means? Because that feels
That's
kind of
also awkward. That's also really awkward to do.
But then I just did because I was like, you need to know, don't ever say that again.
I'm actually a really big fan of awkward situations in general. Like Nathan Fielder is like really my type of humor. So like if there's a moment where I can make this uncomfortable for people, like I really enjoy it probably more than I should.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Anyway, so we're going to go backwards a little bit here because we jumped in instead of, sticking our toe in the water first.
Just dive right in. That's how I like it.
Cannibal. So this is Lizzy.
Hello.
Lizzy, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what you do, all the fun stuff.
Sure. My name's Lizzy Casey. I am the Director of Business Development for Gator CPR. I'm an ACR, so Gainesville native. I've been with Gator CPR for just over 10 years. January was my 10-year anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. And Director of Business Development, I feel like is we're a very small company, so like everybody in there is wearing multiple hats. And so people are like, well, what do you do with that? I'm like, I do what I'm told, and I make the company money. And it's very flexible, whatever I end up doing. I teach the CPR classes. I teach the CNA classes. I spent all of last year like moving our in-person classes to like a really robust online program that was launched like back in March. I do the bookkeeping. I do.
Dang.
Everybody wears a lot of different hats because there's only 4 of us that are full time at Gator CPR. We're a really small staff. A lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah, but you guys are like,
yeah. Me and Jill run it.
Yeah, I mean, jeez. But yeah, and we see you guys everywhere too. So you guys are good at doing like the community stuff because not just GGYP, but also the chamber stuff.
Yeah. I'm also a chamber diplomat, so I do a lot there. And
And she is our Strive Chair. Part of our leadership team. That's like one of the big things about all the guests that we've been bringing in so far is introducing everyone on our leadership team. And part of that is so like they know who to reach out to about stuff, but also like having the familiar face when they come to an event of like, oh, that's someone I could just like lean on. Like, she's someone I could go to and be like, hi, I'm brand new. Can you help me?
Absolutely. And if I, like this happened at the axe throwing, if I see someone like standing by themselves, I'm going to be like a little shark. I'm going to get you and I'm going to meet you.
You cannot be the awkward little butterfly on the wall. That's not.
Yeah.
We won't let you.
I mean, I definitely am awkward, but not staying on the wall that much. I'm just going to bring my awkward to you. You have to deal with me now.
I feel that. I think I've definitely talked about this before, but it's like sometimes though it's hard for me to want 2 people. Yeah. It's like because I'm not an extrovert, so it's like okay, I can do this. I would say that the people I'm most likely to people for is the newbies because I like feel bad or not feel bad. That's not what it is. Well, I would feel bad if I didn't introduce myself to them because that's kind of a dick move.
And I'm sure like, this happens to everybody, but you introduce yourself to someone, you're like, oh, I definitely met you before. I'm so sorry.
Oh, God.
I'm probably going to meet you like another 3 times. Just be prepared for that.
Yeah, I've done that so many times. And it feels shitty at the time, but then you're like, oh, well. Like, we're all human.
Yeah.
I normally what I'll end up saying is like, oh yeah, your face did look familiar because they do. It's like the face looks familiar, but like
the name sometimes doesn't always stick. But then like, then eventually I'm like, okay, I definitely know who you are now.
Crystal's awesome at it.
It's like, a superpower.
It's a superpower.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And she remembers interesting facts about people.
I wish I could do that.
If I were going to do that, I would be like typing stuff in as they were talking to me, and they would just think I was rude because I was texting while they're talking to me.
Was it like in that episode of The Office, Michael Scott, he has his like Rolodex, but like each one has like facts about each other, like this kid's graduating then. I'm like, oh, I wish I could just have that in my brain.
Same. My memory's crap though, like so bad. And that's another thing that I always communicate to people too, is it's like, don't think I forgot because I don't care.
Right.
There's so much I wish I remembered that I just can't.
And I think a lot of it is like a little bit of like the anxiety. Like I'm also very introverted, and so like anytime I'm in a social setting, like I feel like my blood pressure rising a little bit, and so I feel like it's harder to retain new information, especially if there's a lot of it. When you also have that like, oh, what am I doing with my hands right now?
Yes.
kind of going on.
Or
in the
you're
background.
thinking of other things, and
that
you're
no one
trying
else
not
knows
to.
about.
Yes. Yes. Like trying to turn off that internal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's it's going. You're like, oh God, I hope that my hands aren't sweaty when I shake their hand. Oh my God, what if I fart? Do I smell like BO? It was really hot outside today. Like
Just do like a little subtle.
Yes.
All right.
Oh yeah. If anybody ever sees me, like, I'm definitely smelling my armpit. 100%. Between like smells and like something in my teeth and like me just saying something weird or running out of things to say, my brain is just like while people are talking to me. I wish that was not the case, and I probably would retain more if I wasn't doing that.
Right. I think so for sure. It's like all these like the background noise of your brain going on is so distracting sometimes.
Yeah. So what were you doing before you started working at Gator CPR?
Oh boy. So actually, right in my senior year of college, I have a weird journey of how I got to where I was. I originally went to school to be a pilot, and so I flew for a little bit.
Yeah,
and
that's cool.
Yeah. And then, but I didn't get a bachelor's degree from it. I had some like flight hours. I was like, okay, I just want a bachelor's degree in something, right? And so I was like, what do most of my credits transfer over to just to get a bachelor's? And it was TRSM at the time at UF. I think it's like now called THEM. But it was tourism, recreation, and sports management.
Okay.
And to graduate with that, you have to have a 40-hour-a-week internship. And so I worked throughout college. I did some waitressing. I was a receptionist at a chiropractor's office. But for my senior year, I got my internship with a company called Florida Outdoor Academy.
Okay.
And they did kayaking tours, hiking tours, and their big thing was wilderness medicine.
Oh.
And so I started as an intern with that. It was 40 hours a week. And the owner of that is Clay Gibbons, the owner of Gator CPR. So, after I graduated, I was hired by Florida Outdoor Academy. I was with that for probably 2 years, and we decided to sell that company. And then at that time, Clay was like, I'm keeping you. We're now you're going to learn how to do all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because not my background at all, but he's like, hey, I need you to start bookkeeping for us. And I was like, okay, I guess I will figure that out. Yeah. And so I brought that on to it. He's like, okay, now I want you to start doing some marketing for us. I was like, oh, okay. So I was like on Udemy, being like, how do Google Ads work? And like just kind of like figuring it out as I went. And then I've been with Gator CPR pretty much since then, just kind of figuring it out as I go. You know?
Nice. I completely understand that, because when I started working for my parents, and they were like, you'd be really good at marketing. I was like, I went to school for theater. So how do I do that?
Yeah.
And you just kind of teach yourself and jump in, and it's like.
Yeah. And you learn by making a lot of mistakes.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you make that mistake, and then hopefully you don't make it again, because it's so traumatizing. Because I think my biggest motivator in life is just to not get yelled at. And so I'll do whatever it takes to not get yelled at, and I'll do the job right. And that's how I ended up where I am now.
Yeah, I'm with you. With you. We, whenever our CFO will walk into my office, I'm always like, am I in trouble? Did I do something wrong? Am I not meeting the budget? What did I do? And he's always like, every time you think I'm going to come and tell you something wrong. And I'm like, yeah, because like, number one, you don't talk to me that frequently. But number two, I'm scared of getting in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble.
No, and that's always my go-to. If someone's like, hey, can I talk to you? I'm like, I'm getting fired.
Yeah.
And like, I've never been written up, but like still my go-to
same.
is like, you're going to get fired, and
yeah.
going to be homeless, and your kids are not going to have a roof over their head, and I don't know where that comes from. Probably not healthy. Should probably work that out.
Oh yeah. Well, that's did you go to the Pancakes and Presidents that we had with Kevin Spellisy, and he talked about imposter syndrome?
No, I missed that
Oh,
one.
dude, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Like 100%, where it's like you're crushing it. You're doing this, you're doing that. You do know what you're doing, but like internally you're like, "Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to mess this up. I'm going to get in trouble. This person's upset with me." Like it's all of that.
Yeah.
And it's so common, and like it was really cool to hear it from literally the CEO of a company that does very well, and that he started like that. He even is like, I don't know. Like when you guys asked me to come speak at this, I was like, "Are you sure? I don't know that I deserve that."
Maybe that's what makes people so successful, is because they're terrified of not being successful. And so that's their motivation to keep going.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for me, it's that it's like, I don't want to get in trouble and let anyone down.
Yeah, that's a big one.
But I also don't want to let myself down. And then there's like that little bit of ego piece of like, I want people to think that I am good at my job, like that there is like a trail of good that I'm leaving, not like, oh, she
Right.
was fine.
Right.
Or she messed up a lot. I'm surprised they didn't fire her. Like, I don't want that to be it. I wanted them to be like, "Oh yeah, Julianne did some cool stuff. She was pretty good at her job."
Yeah.
That's what I want. So it's a little bit of ego as well.
I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So with you coming on as Strive Chair, what, why did you want to come on to leadership? Let's start there.
Sure. So like I said, I'm a Gainesville native,
Yeah.
and I'm raising my kids in this community, and so how the community develops is really important to me because I love the culture of Gainesville that I grew up in.
Same.
And while a lot of the development is really good for like the economy of Gainesville and the job growth and all that stuff, it's really amazing. But I'm also like, I have that hesitancy of like, I don't want to lose that really unique culture that Gainesville has.
Yeah.
And so I figure if I'm going to have a problem with something, I want to be involved in it. I want to have a hand in it. I want to know what's going on and be educated.
Yes.
And so I think just trying to be as, involved. I'm not on like any like county commissions or anything.
Right,
but like
right.
still just kind of getting your hands in it and being involved in a
Yeah.
capacity that is accessible.
Right.
While
Right.
still having my full-time job and paying my bills and all that
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
And the Chamber Diplomats is very accessible. I was going to all those events anyways.
Right.
The GGYP events also very accessible. I'm already going to those anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to the point, the coffee. I love coffee and conversations. You start seeing all the faces, and I'm like, oh, I could be the welcoming face people recognize also.
Yeah.
And I feel like just being around so often for so long now is you do have some kind of unique insights to things.
Yeah.
And I think just you want to. You don't want to be the change because I want to be the keep it the same, but you want to be a part of that.
No, I mean, that's one thing that I think, speaking personally, I've grown a lot in since starting the group, almost 4 years ago. And it's that at the time, my baby, my control, like, I don't trust anybody to jump in, take it over because, like, hold please.
Right.
Like, we're still in the building phase. I still have to create a foundation. And, like, as time went on, it was still, like, mine. You guys can help, but it's still mine.
It is your actual job.
It
the rest of us
is
volunteers, so
It
it
is.
does
So
fall
there's
on you.
still that there's still that overarching thing where it's like, if anything were to fail, it's on me.
Right.
It's not on you guys.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna be upset with you, but
I
the
might get
chamber
yelled
won't.
at.
Yeah, you might
What
get
do you
yelled
mean it's
at.
not on me?
Yeah. But like with that, it's part of it too is like me being stubborn and being like so about like, this is my vision and this is what I'm doing, that like when people would suggest things, it was like, yeah, okay. And it wasn't that I like poo-pooed it or anything like that. It was just like, okay. Or if it was like, hey, we could do this way instead, I was like, really? What's wrong with the way that we're doing it right now? Like getting defensive instead
Sure.
of taking the criticism and like utilizing it and recognizing that like all these ideas that are coming to the table are actually like helpful.
Right.
And like changing the group as time goes on is important. And if I'm the only one that's ever putting input in and, creating the events and doing all of that, then there will never be change. Like there'll never be
Right.
change. Like the growth will be immediately correlated with my growth and my feelings and like all of that. And it's not about me.
Yeah, I think as long as your team has a common goal,
right,
and one person, you in this instance leading the vision, then like get that collaborative effort going, and you never know what can happen.
Exactly, and this has been like a really good test on me of like, number one, not getting defensive over people just wanting to help. Like, my God. And then number two, like giving people the power to be in charge, like to take the lead versus me like helicopter momming. Like, like, no, this is on you. You do the welcomes. You do this. Like,
is there any part of you, because I feel this in my job, where like I do feel a little protective of certain things, and then once I have someone who like kind of gets it, I'm like, oh, thank God that's off my plate now. Do you ever feel that way?
Yes. Wherever Justin is, Justin was good for that, because when I was still in membership and I was like, basically like trying to hold all of these different plates, I had gotten to a point where it was like, shoot, I'm doing ribbon cuttings all the time. You know what? I can give half of these to Justin, I think. And then it was like, gave it to Justin, crushed it. Like, okay, I have Jumpstart, the like new member orientation. Like, I could give those to Justin. Yep. The small business support group, I could give those to Justin. And it's the same thing. It's like he understood obviously what I was trying to do, and then understood on top of that like what the chamber is trying to do, obviously. But also, since him taking it over, it's just become better. Like, I'm okay with saying like he's doing it better than I was doing it. Like the Jumpstart, he changed it up more and like developed it, like what I'm talking about, where it's like it has to grow, it has to progress, it has to change, and like that's what he did. The small business support group, it's like it was just this small little baby when I started it of like 10 people, and now he's got it with like 30 people, plus.
Yeah, I hear really good things about that.
Yeah, so it's like that was a good example of like, okay, I pushed it his way and like took it over, and I was like, one less thing.
Right.
That's
free.
Great.
Less weight off your shoulders.
It's so nice. And like, and that's what's been nice too about our leadership team, is being able to like give it to you guys and be like, hey, check with me that like it's cool, we're good, and I'll promote it and do all of that, but like you do it. You take care of it. And like you guys have all brought like really cool ideas to the table. So it makes the group so much better. And it's like, obviously I come up with little ideas too, and I throw myself in there. Like, I'll be like, well, hold on, I did really want to do this.
Yeah, and there's some things that like now it's a tradition.
Yes.
Like the trivia. That's
exactly.
Tradition,
And I mean, now
that makes it really easy for me for April. I'm just like, all right, show up, I'm good.
Yeah, right. There's those set in stone things. And now with like Sun wanted to do, was our Discover Chair last year, and wanted to do the bar crawl, the holiday bar crawl, and now we're going to do that again.
That was so much fun.
Yeah. So it's like, there are these things that like get created that we're like, oh, that's sticking around.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a great thing as well. Like, so with you coming into Strive, like what's your vision? Like what's your vision?
Sure. So, so far this year, we've done a lot of drives, which I love, but I'm really looking forward, once we come back in July, doing a lot more hands-on stuff. I think the best way to get someone to like lay roots in the community is getting your hands in the soil, right?
Yeah.
So we have the Keep Alachua County Beautiful. We're going to be adopting a road for the young professionals, and then once a quarter, we'll go out there and clean up our own road, which will be really fun. So we're in the process of getting that confirmed. We're going to be doing a Rebuild Together Day. So I love the drives. They're great, but I just really love like the hands-on. I feel like it's a really good bonding experience, where the drives are great. You're collecting stuff, but like it's kind of an individual basis. Like, here, let me get this stuff and drop it off. Where the hands-on things, the cleaning up the road, the Rebuild Together, I'd like to try to get volunteering for one of the community gardens, either the Grow Hub or Porters.
Cool. Yeah.
But when you're there together all day with these people, and you kind of get to chat a little bit more in a different kind of environment, where it's not about networking. It's not about that. It's about helping the community in some way, and you're there together with the same purpose. I'm really looking forward to those type of events, and I would love to see even more of those next year.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's definitely one of the things that I want to push out more, is like volunteer opportunities and people like like comment if you're going to be there. So like that way this person knows, oh, I can reach out to Lizzy because Lizzy's going to be at that event. So at least I'll have a familiar face. Like that I do want to encourage more because there's so many volunteer opportunities and like
I think people want to volunteer too. I think a lot of them just kind of maybe are intimidated because they don't want to do it by themselves or they don't know all the opportunities that are out there. So I think it's a really great way that we can kind of be that arm for them to make that connection.
Yeah, the definitely rebuilding together, like build days, I love. Like they're so much fun. And then I end up learning how to do something too because like I'm not someone that works with tools all the time. Yeah. So like, yeah, it's kind of nice to be like taught how to do said things.
I haven't done Rebuild Together yet, so I'm very, very excited. That'll be in October. I've did some like volunteer work similar to that, like in the Appalachian Mountains in high school. Oh wow! And like that was a really good experience. I love that. So I'd love to be able to see that in our own community now.
Yeah. And RD is such.
RD.
I know.
Does he still have his stash right now? Is that still growing? It's still growing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's amazing. I think the first time I saw it was the racetrack. The racetrack.
This is me misreading a situation again. I'm like, his stash of what?
Mustache.
Yeah, mustache. He does have a good mustache. Yeah. No, and that's another great young professional that's just like killing it. Like, because I don't know how long he's been with Rebuilding Together, but it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, and he's done amazing things.
Oh, yeah. And just like the exposure and visibility that he's gotten to Rebuilding Together because of what he's done in the community is really cool. Because I love watching the nonprofits actually like getting the attention that they deserve.
Yeah, you're gonna have to remind me of like the actual stat, but like Gainesville being like one of the most giving communities. What is the actual numbers? But I'm so proud of it.
We're in the top 5, right, of most philanthropic cities in the U.S. Yeah, we're up there.
We get a medal then. Bronze medal.
Basically. Yeah, we're in the top 5 cities based off of livability. That's what I'm thinking of. Oh, okay. Which also is really cool. Yeah. So, that magazine we just got that one in, right? Yeah. And it's cool because it has like interviews from local people, like Crystal's in it, Alex is in it.
There's an interview with Sun. There's something.
Sun is in it. Yeah. Yeah. A bunch of our YPs are in it.
Yeah. The City Lifestyle one?
No, this is Livability.
I think, did they have a copy of that at Axe Throwing?
Maybe.
I was reading through one and I saw Crystal and Sun. And I was like,
maybe.
I think Jane was in there too.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I think it is that one. Yeah. But it's cool because like the interviews are great because they ask about like, what's the best like family friendly stuff to do? What about if you want to check out like restaurants? Like what's the great date night stuff? Like so it's just this complete like cover of what Gainesville is and like what you can do and explore and all of that. Yeah. It was a really cool opportunity. Like when they came to us with it, it was like, oh dang, this is fun. And so and we were able to like refer out to people that they could interview and it was just it's awesome. Cool. Yeah, we got to start distributing around town so everybody can know top 5. Woo-hoo. There's like people need to recognize that Gainesville's got it going on.
Oh, where it's at. Like so as a local, about half the people that I grew up with, they leave Gainesville like I'm ready to get out of here and then half stick around. But then you have that some people call it the black hole. Some people call it the boomerang. Some people call it a boomerang. A little less dark, I guess.
Yeah. Less dark.
Yeah. And like so I actually went to school through the Alachua system. So like Irby, Alachua, Mabane, Santa Fe, but always lived in Gainesville. It's kind of the outskirts. And so one of my best friends in the world, she lives in Tennessee now, and I'm always trying to convince her to come back to Gainesville. She's like, no. I'm like, you need to do it. You don't even know what we're missing. Yeah. It's not like what you experienced in high school is not the experience as an adult. There's so much to do here. There's so many opportunities. The people here are so amazing. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite things about Gainesville is like there's a real lack of pretentiousness.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
Like no matter who you talk to.
Yeah. Well,
I have to cheer along with every time I hear them. Woo! I can't help it.
No, that's kind of the fun part is when you talk to people about like the multi-millionaires that live here in town, but you'd have no idea.
You have no idea.
Like,
Everybody's
no idea.
so just down to earth, and it's a lack of pretentiousness is the way I
We went
frame it.
to the quarterback club dinner, and Chris Doring was speaking at it. And one of the things that he mentioned was he's like, yeah, when I go around to all of these different places, people are like, oh man, in Gainesville, I bet people are stopping you left and right because you're in, Gator country. So like, come on, of course they know, this former UF, football player that also is on like ESPN and the SEC network and all of that. They must love you. And he's like, honestly, they don't even care. He's like, I go around town and like people don't even say anything. Like they might know me because of like, his mortgage company.
They did business
or like
with him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's like I was joking around with someone in the audience and I was like, yeah, I mean, if I want to talk to him, I'll go talk to him about my mortgage loan because that's who did it. Like, so it's very interesting that like even with someone like that literally is traveling all the time on TV, national TV all the time, like he's super down to earth and everyone in Gainesville is super like, sup?
Yeah, one of my really good friends, back when I was in piloting school, she was the only other girl, so we're like instant besties. So she's my best friend from college. She stuck with it. She is now the one of the private pilots for the UAA, so she's the one that flies the coaches all around. She was at axe throwing.
Yeah.
And so she just talks about like all these like head coaches, like, oh yeah, Coach went and did this, and like it was great. And then she's taken me to a few of like the luncheons they did, and they're just like standing around like everybody else, like very chill. And I'm like, I'm not a big sports person, but like, I think you're supposed to be a big deal, right? And like, you're just hanging out with everybody.
Yeah. Oh, I would be such a nerd. I'm such like a Gator football fanatic that I'd be like, like, yeah. Oh my God, But I try to like maintain composure. Like the first time I met Steve Spurrier, I was just kind of like, oh, hi. Yeah, so nice to meet you. Like tried to just act so chill about it. Even though inside I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. We have a signed football from you in our house. Like,
That's so funny.
And now I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. We're good. We're good.
You would think I'd be a huge like Gator fan since I'm from here, and like I don't think I could tell you a single coach's name or player's name on any team.
Hey, that's okay.
Yeah.
You like what you like.
But I know some great professors. At
There you
UF.
go. That's what you're a fan of.
Yeah.
Academia.
Absolutely.
Okay, so to wrap it up with you, because I'll keep you on forever, but to wrap it up, we ask everyone this question, which I'm pretty sure you've seen. We say, out of all of the networking events you've been to, all of the experience you've had, what would you say is one of the most awkward social experiences you've had?
Oh, well, it's just my general existence. Like,
I feel that.
I'd have to think back to it. It was probably like years ago at my very first event, which I think was a like a before hours round table thing, which I love now. I love those. I love Coffee and Conversation, which is like a smaller version of that because it is intimate and I do better in small groups rather than in a big crowd.
Yes.
But it's probably my very first one because I think the first one I went to I was probably like maybe 23.
Yeah.
Like, pretty young. And like if I still have imposter syndrome now, like back then it was probably through the roof. It's like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably something very, very beginning.
Yeah. Probably something dumb.
Yeah. I don't have a specific moment.
Yeah.
I was kind of born without that gene that brings you like shame and embarrassment. So I don't really retain any of those things that happen. I don't feel normal. Just my existence.
Dang. I mean, definitely I'm awkward and I'll say weird things and like it is what it is. But nah, I definitely feel it and I'll think about it. I'll think about it for days. Like, oh yeah, I've got some stories. Yeah. That's why when everyone's like, oh, I don't know. It's just like, I'm like, really? Because in my brain, I'm like, I've got at least like 5 right now ready to bat, like that I think about all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like anything I've done in a professional setting, whatever I've done with my kids not in a professional setting is probably way, way worse, you know? And I feel like that just ups the ante of ways you're going to be embarrassed.
So real quick, one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done in a professional setting was to go back and talk about how I've done shows with CBS. I would do this show, Local Discovery, where I would interview local businesses and restaurants and all this kind of stuff. And we still do one, but we do it for Christmas shopping. But I used to do it like quarterly. I was 23. Yeah, I think I was 23 at the time. I had a shoot at like 9:30 in the morning. And the night before, I decided to like go out and drink and be an idiot, right? Because I'm 23. And the next morning, I'm like, oh my God, I'm kind of hungover. You know, like when you kind of get bubble guts because like you drink too much beer. That was definitely happening. Ooh. And the previous owner of Wahoo, Sean Shepard, was who I was interviewing. And so I go to interview him. We're on camera, mic'd up, all of it. And I was late, so it was like already not great. Ooh. We get on there and we have to do all these takes because he likes to cuss quite a bit. And he would talk about some things that were kind of inappropriate. So we're already like taking a bunch of takes. Right. And I feel that I'm going to fart. I'm like, there's a fart coming, and I know. And I also know.
Could you determine if it was going to be like silent?
Oh, I knew it was going to be silent, and I knew it was going to be deadly. Like I knew both of them, and I was like,
him. He's got to keep the poker face. You let it go.
Oh, we're on camera. It's rolling. Oh no. And I say, so what do you think about it? And I'm like still in interview because it's like an improvisational like interview situation. So I'm like interviewing him, and you can tell because I've looked back at the footage that I'm like, oh shit. So because I like tense up and I'm like, and I fart and it smelt so deadly. Bad. I was like, maybe I can get away from it. And then I was like, I think I have to call it out. So I went, I just pooted. I'm sorry. And he goes, yeah, you did. My God. And then we both went off camera, and I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And that is one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And now everybody knows. Well, I guess I should say the 12 subscribers or whatever we have.
Hey, we are growing.
Yeah,
we are growing.
Exactly. There you 13. Go. If there's 12 of you, you all are privileged in that you learned about my most embarrassing story. And with that being said, we'll go ahead and let you go. All right. Before I fart on you, apparently.
I actually did smell something. I do have to go.
Thank you, Lizzy.
Thank you for having me.
Yay!
Welcome to Fiesta Radio 95.7, your Latino radio station in Gator Nation.
24/7, bringing you the latest news and the best entertainment from Alachua County.
Don't miss El Show de la Mañana, Monday to Friday from 6 to 10 a.m.
We are the house of Latinos. We are a movement. We are Tu Fiesta Radio.
95.7 Tu Fiesta Radio.
Welcome to Fiesta Radio 95.7.
We're back.
What's up, Lizzy?
We got Justin here.
I'm back here. I'm back here. I just wanted to thank everyone for sticking around and not bolting.
That was good.
Right?
Yeah, I like that.
Well, every time you do an interview, I sit over there and I always just stare at this signed autograph picture of Michael Bolton. And I was like, I gotta incorporate that somehow.
Yeah. One day he'll serenade.
So thank you, listeners, for not bolting.
I wish that he, could be here and serenade us. That's so beautiful.
I don't know. I can't do Michael Bolton.
I can't do a Michael Bolton. There we go, Elio.
Ooh, Elio Pietra.
Elio Pietra.
He's so cool.
All right. Well, let's jump into
it's time for the news.
Weekend updates. Elio, are you going to bring us to the news? Yeah.
Right.
Hello. Welcome to
Welcome
our
back to the Greater Gainesville Professionals Young, whatever. What are we called?
The GGYP
That's
podcast.
Right. The GGYP podcast.
We should make up a tune like "Welcome to the GGYP podcast." We're gonna have fun.
And we're gonna talk about things that are youngish and professional-ish, and we're gonna dish and dish and dish.
Sip that tea
And to tell those jokes.
And tell those jokes and
For
maybe
all those
fart.
younger folks. Okay.
Okay, anyway. So, thanks for joining us at the news. I don't know.
What was that?
When we talking about being awkward, that was a really good example.
That was fantastic. Yes, huh?
Thanks for joining us. I don't even know. I'm sorry, guys. All
For
right.
the viewers at home, I wrote these jokes extraordinarily quickly in a 10-minute period, so if none of them land, or this isn't interesting at all,
It's not my fault.
it's not Julianne's fault. It is 100% my fault.
Don't yell at me.
You can email me at justin@gainesvillechamber.com.
.com. All right. Well, thank you for joining us at the news desk for another update on what's going on in Gainesville. However, we must inform you that the FCC has banned Justin from making any more dad jokes, as he is not, in fact, a dad.
But I do have 2 cats, so technically I am a kitty daddy. Plus, in honor of Father's Day
I
this
don't like it when
weekend,
people call themselves daddy.
I'm a kitty daddy. I'm a cat dad.
Cat dad. That's
cat
better.
dad,
That's
yeah.
better. Anyway.
I have 2 cats. I'm a cat dad. Plus, in honor of Father's Day this weekend, I'm going to buck the rules and do the dad jokes anyway. You know, I would attempt to make a joke about breaking the rules, but I forgot to wear my watch. Because time will always tell. I am wearing a watch, though.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I was like, that joke just went.
Again, Justin Clement wrote this
Okay.
in a 10-minute period.
Anyway, Father's Day is indeed this weekend. If you don't know what to get your dad or father figure in your life, I have a few suggestions. Just show up and give him a big ol' hug.
But, Julianne, what if you ain't got no daddy?
Give someone a hug anyway. Make their day.
What if they have half-a-phobia?
Have a what?
Half-a-phobia, the fear of being touched?
You okay?
Oh, I'm not. I'm not okay, but my name is Dad.
Ew.
Again, Justin wrote these jokes in a 10-minute period.
Anyway, following voting by a statewide panel of high school baseball coaches and media reps, junior pitcher Gio Rojas of Stoneman Douglas Parkland has been selected as the Florida Dairy Farmers 2025 Mr. Baseball, and his coach, Todd Fitzgerald, has been named the Florida Dairy Farms 2025 Baseball Coach of the Year.
Boy, that kid is going to milk that.
One more dad joke and you're off the podcast.
Fine. The Alachua Habitat for Humanity is looking for a new CEO. Habitat for Humanity, which has helped provide homes for almost 200 families now in the last 40 years here in Alachua County, is looking for someone with exemplary leadership skills and practical experience motivating and leading a team-oriented organization.
So you're out of the running.
Well, so is Jimmy Carter.
This is like another really old joke. Like, how old are you? Do you guys get that? I don't. Anyway,
Okay, well,
all right,
he was
all
the
right.
president. Anyway, he's dead now.
Yeah, well, like your chances for the job. Ba-dum-bum. Anyway, the Greater Gainesville Chamber invites everyone in the community to join us for the Drink GNV Brewery bus tour tomorrow. So one bus leaves at 3:20, one bus leaves at 3:40.
340.
And there's still tickets left. So get yourself a ticket.
Get yourself a ticket.
Okay,
Bring
anyway.
your friend.
Oh, you still you had that on here. 5 local restaurants are providing food at each stop at 5 of our local breweries. I'll be hosting bus number 1,
And I'll
the
be
best bus.
And I'll be hosting bus number 2.
Yeah, my bus is already filled up. So
That's why we need you to get your tickets today. Visit GainesvilleChamber.com/events and help me fill my bus, please.
That poor little feller.
And
Get
that-
on his bus now, you hear?
And you know what? That there wraps up this hastily written joke segment.
Sure does.
So stay youngish.
And professionalish. And y'all come back now. You hear?
That was great.
Bye.
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 Hello.
We love you. See you later.
So once again, we do want to thank our sponsors, Gator CPR.
Oh, jeez. You're better at this than I am.
No, Elio is actually the better of it. We'd also like to thank Elio with 2 Fiesta Radio, Life South Community Blood Centers, and First Federal Bank.
Hell yeah.
For being our incredible sponsors, making this all happen, making our events possible, making Julianne's job a little easier.
Yeah.
I just show up.
So I don't have to pay for the events out of my own pocket.
That's right. Because you're youngish and you're professionalish.
And actually, you know what would end up happening is that I would have to charge people coming in.
And I
don't want to do that to
No,
you.
we're all
Like with
youngish
some of
and
the events,
professionalish.
yes, we do, but it's
Sometimes
like
it's
$10.
unavoidable. Yeah, like I can do
But-
$10, but if it's
Yeah.
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 Well, it depends upon when payday is. Sometimes I can't do the $10.
Ain't that the gosh darn truth?
I'm telling you, after
in
rent-
this economy,
In this economy, after paying rent, after paying my car insurance, my car payment, GRU, and other things,
I suck at saving money too.
I'm
real bad.
I am the bratwurst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's a good segue into. In August, we're going to have First Federal come and speak with us for a little after hours personal development opportunity. And they are literally going to talk about budgeting and debt and finances, like all the stuff that we should have been taught in school, but we sure as hell weren't.
I will be there.
Yeah.
I will be. I learned how to stitch or how to I don't even know what you call it. What's the thing? The sew. I learned how to sew a pair of boxers, but I did not learn how to budget anything.
I learned how to sew a vest. That's what I made.
That's
as a
cool.
vest.
That's way better than boxers.
Yeah, I still have it. It's ugly, but I still
cool.
have it because why not? Why
Yeah,
not?
well, I don't have the boxers because I no longer have a 28-inch waist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was made in college, so it's,
that's cool.
we're still good. We're still good. But no, I didn't know anything about money. What I knew was money's for spending.
Money's for spending on stupid shit.
Yeah. And the more money you got, the more you'll spend.
No!
Yeah. You're like, oh, I just got a raise.
Yeah, I just
I'm
got a
good.
raise. Oh, I can afford that piano.
Yeah. And
Or
then
I
you're
can
like, oh, cool.
let's get a new TV.
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I can't make this next car payment. Oh, shoot.
Yeah,
Oh,
now I gotta wait
my
till the
credit
next
score
paycheck.
went down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's, and you know what I wish too though is that more people talked about their struggle with finances because I feel like I end up being like I feel
see
ashamed.
The success, yeah, you see the success stories, but you don't know.
Yeah. And I feel like it's cool to be able to talk about it and be like, "Ugh,
Yeah.
are you struggling? I'm struggling."
Yeah.
And so hopefully they give us some good tidbits. I mean, not hopefully. They will give us some good tidbits. I also ended
First
up
Federal,
getting
baby.
this book off of Amazon, which has actually helped me save money. So I pull out cash from the paycheck, obviously, I get direct deposit or whatever. And there's a book that you can do, and it's every day has a different number on it.
and
And
you
so
put the money-
you slide it. Yeah. So your first day, you just give $1.
So physical
Second
money.
day, yeah. So it's physical cash. And if you fill the
Set it
entire
aside.
book, then this is how much you save. Yeah. It's really cool. It actually helped me save like $250,
Nice.
which like I know for some people it's like, okay, that's a big deal for me.
Well, you could not save that
Like,
$250.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and Just
So anyway,
dang. Okay.
but yeah, we got a lot of cool events coming up. We
So
got our
much coming
puppy
up.
play
Got a puppy
date,
play day.
which we've never done before, and I'm really, really excited
so
about.
if you are a young professional and you have a puppy dog,
Come on now.
on
But
now.
even if you don't, and you just want to hang out with dogs, like Justin,
like me,
yeah,
I'm so excited.
Like I'm assuming you and Kate will be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just a good time to hang out with people and really cute puppies. And my puppy is super cute.
Ruby.
Ruby's the best.
We got to get Ruby on as a podcast guest.
Oh my God.
Or like
Do
a
you guys
co-host.
want to see Ruby?
Ruby.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, we got that. We got coffee and conversations, and then our annual
We got
cookout
a
and pool party,
That's
which
a
is
lot of
always fun.
That,
Yeah.
Dude,
We take care of like the hot
Mid-July.
dogs and the burgers, and I do some veggie ones.
and we just hang out.
And yeah, and then everybody else brings like a side dish or a dessert or whatever, and we just hang out.
It's
and
fun.
kids are welcome.
Kids
are welcome for
totally
the puppy play date one too.
Yeah.
Like,
Bring out your kids, man.
yeah,
Don't
I
worry
mean,
about a
we are
babysitter.
family friendly. Like
We're
lot
so
of,
family
I mean,
friendly.
Lizzy, for example, it's like,
Yeah.
and Crystal, like a lot of us have kids. Mm-hmm. I don't, but like a lot of
I don't
the
either,
peoples do.
because I'm a kitty daddy.
Okay, and on that note, we'll see you next time.
Bye. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Stay youngish and professional.
Stay youngish and professionalish. You hear?
I'm gonna go home and take a nap now. Yeah.
Yeah.